it's like I know it, but I don't. I mean, it comes from somewhere I've never been, somewhere I'm not even allowed to go, and still it's mine. It's my tears, and theirs. The same that filled the rivers they had to cross through just to get there. And I can't even dip a toe in without drowning deep into their story. My story? I mean, me, little Michelle Azar? Or my father's story, and his father, and all the others that had to leave Jerusalem for Iraq some 2,000 years ago, led by our supposed namesake. I mean, this Rabbi Azariah. How do I know what to feel? All I know is that sound drops me right there, and I'm in Baghdad. It's true. It's like I'm in my father's shoes. Little 5-year-old Shaul Azariah jumping the train tracks. Here I am, little Shaul Azariah jumping the train tracks near my parents' house in Baghdad, but I am jumping all alone. Why I have so many brothers and sisters if no one to play to? My oldest brother, Yitzhak, well, he already in Palestine. He is working with that group, the Haganah, quiet, to bring the Jews back to the promised land. My older sisters, they are in the kitchen, of course, with their mommy, our Imma, and the others, they don't even know how to play. Oh, there's another little boy who's jumping just like me. Maybe I see he wants to jump too. Oh no. No, you don't go to my school, I better not. All right, Diane, I jump alone. This one I know too. I live it more openly. Maybe it doesn't have the rough edges, the dark weight of the people that I fear speaking. Yeah, but Yiddish, I mean, it's not only mine, it's my mom's and her mom's. My grandmother, my bubby, Ada, little Ada Pikelny. Only 13 years old when she found herself on a boat from Poland to Ellis Island with her little brother Cheskele, all alone. Cheskel? Wo ist die Mama? Where is our mama? Oh, let me think. This is still 1926, no? Yes. And we boarded the boat in Poland, you and me and our mama. We found our state room and then we fell asleep. In the morning, there is no mama. Oh, I am scared, very scared. I do not want to be on this boat to America. I did not want to leave Poland, and I do not want to be without our mama. I am 13 years old, Reske. How can I be your mama? Oh, how will I know where to go? How will I know what to feel? Where to find our papa? I have not seen him, not for months already, since before he left for America. And that day, Mama asked me to go find out the time, so I knocked on the door to the little cheder in the house. I said, but please, Papa, what's the time? My Papa does not even look up from the teaching. The same time as it was yesterday at this time. And I can hear the boys, his students, laughing at me, and my chest is closing with the shame. And then they open. Oh, like Noah and his ark, the doors to the boat open, and we are
and I face my papa, but wait, where is our mama? The mama is gestorben. Our mama is dead.
I am all these sounds, all of them. I am the people of the Middle East, dark and fierce, loyal. And I'm also of Eastern Europe, the people filled with fear and hope and pride. I am the moments of harmony. I am the simple melody line. But I'm also the discord when the Hebrew fights with the Yiddish and they all struggle with the Arabic trying to be heard. And I'm also from right here, from an American-born mom with her love of opera and theater and lots of musical theater. And I'm Habonim Jor, me this camp shell, Habonim Jor, hey daddy. Oh, I'm 10 years old and I'm living it up at kibbutz camp. It might be 1983 everywhere else in the world, but here at Labor Zionist Youth Movement Sleepover Camp, oh, it's like the height of the kibbutz movement. You see, we wake up in the morning and we work. And then we eat our communal breakfast and then we work. And then we clean up from the work and then we do activities. Yeah, about work. So today's activity, we each get a map, thank you, of the state of Israel and an envelope with different colored squares on it. The blue squares, they represent the Jews, you know, us. And the yellow squares are the Christians. The white squares are the miscellaneous population. And the green squares represent the Arabs. Now, our job is to put the squares all over the map where we think they should live. Where we think they should live. Well, how do I know what to feel? Wait, the Arabs can't live in Israel, right? I mean, not the regular Arabs. Of course, you see, my dad used to be an Arab. I should know, when he was little. So I am only a little boy. Me? Little Shauli? They letting me run the store all by myself today like that. Oh, we have the best store for the dry goods. We sell to the Arab and to the Jew. They are the customers. They are looking for my father, my Abba. But only I know where is he. There he sits, my Abba Ezra. Deep in the quiet prayer on the hill near our store. What my father see when you look out to the east like this? I see a chicken, I see a donkey. What my Abba see? Everything my Bubby saw, she dove right into her journals. I mean, pages and pages in Hebrew and Yiddish and English. In her later life, even in Spanish. She filled the pages. She was like a witness to her own life. You know, I imagine a reporter trying to gather evidence to see how she felt about everything she saw. My God, what do I see here? I'm working in this sweatshop already 2 weeks in America and still I don't know what it is we are making. Excuse me, Mr. Boss, sir, but what it is we are making here? Ada, little Ada Pickelner. You don't know what these are? You don't know what kind of factory this is? It's a brassier's factory. Yeah, we make bras, you know, the things. Hold up your boobies, you know. Oh, well, I mean, not yours. Tell me fears at night, maybe when my papa is looking at me. Oh, how do I know what to feel? I'm scared of all of them, all of those men. I don't know what should be if I stay, so I take the nickel I'm saving for my lunch at the automat, and I get instead on the first bus I see for Brooklyn. I trade my nickel in for hope this day. I never go back to that factory again. I never see my papa or my little brother Cheskel ever again.
Again, I am playing on the train tracks when I hear them arguing. My Abba and my brothers. Shauli, you go outside, it's not for you. The Abba, he is saying that the prayer comes first and the business comes second. But my brothers, they are thinking the other. I think I like the other two. I like the business come first. We are business people. We Jews of the Middle East, no? Well, yes, I like the Torah. But for what? Well, like you teach in the Talmud, Ein Kemach, Ein Torah. You see? If you don't be making the money from to selling the Kemach, the flour, how you have the money for to buy a Torah in the first place? See, I'm very smart. I studied at the Jewish school near my family house here in Baghdad. Yes, the Arab children, they live near us, sure, but we don't go to their school. They don't go to ours. They are not bad. They are not stupid. Excuse me, they are not smart as me. They are just different. Oh, I know how to feel. I do what I do, and they do what they do. They let us out of school early today just because of the snow. But I'm already in 4th grade, so I can walk home by myself. Singing, always singing. Dad, sorry. Well, what are you doing home so early? It's not Shabbat. Why are you sitting on the chair without the cushions? Doesn't that hurt your back? Dad! What did I do wrong now? I can't let him sit there all alone in the dark like that, right? So I take off my backpack and I sit right by his feet, upright, just like him. What does my dad see when he looks out the window like that? I see the snow. I see the trees. We sit, and we sit, and we sit. Later, I find out that we were sitting Shiva. My dad's dad, my Saba, Ezra, died. And we can't go back to Israel for the funeral. I know that sadness is like this sign of weakness to these Baghdad guys, but why couldn't he just tell me? Wasn't it okay to feel sad about something like that? That morning, I hear Shauli, wake up! Oh, I am going alone with my Abba to the Bedouin village. Oh, I'm a real big shot today. I go with my father on the camel with all our wares from the store. The Bedouins, they are the very peaceful Arab that live back and forth, wherever they want in their big tent villages. Oh, they greet us like to a king. They wash our feet and they kiss them, making a bow, take all of our good off the camel, and give us to sleep in their places under the tent while they sleep outside. In the morning, the pretty girl, she gives me an extra pita for the ride. And we are off. We are close to the home when I see, Abba! Abba, why our store is on fire? Abba looked to the store and back to me, back and forth, back and forth. And he said nothing, and everything with his quiet blue eyes. And back at home, everyone is safe. Our store only was burned in this pogrom, they call it, but not our home. Abba, he makes thanks. He give each of us a blessing. Maybe to the prettier daughters, he give an extra blessing. And then my Abba, he walk through our quarter all night to make sure that Arab and the Jew are safe. In the morning, Abba lay my Imma's pita on the porch for all who are hungry to come and eat. His pita say that peace surround this area. Brooklyn, 1936, dear diary. Your Italy writes you from the bus again. Oh, it looks peaceful outside, but inside it is a war raging in my soul. I should be in Palestine. I should be working with my sister that Khalid. I remind her of the songs we used to sing, Marshava, at that Zionist camp we went to in Poland. No, Italy, no, she writes me back, no, it is too dangerous for you here. All week long, the rockets fly back and forth between the Arabs and the Jewish settlements. On Shabbat, the rockets rest, and instead they pick up coffee and conversation, both sides talking to one another, only on Shabbat. Shabbat is always this huge affair in my house, the Azar house growing up. I mean, like 30 people come every week from all over Egypt and Iraq, Morocco, Israel. There's not too many Americans. I'm rushing around trying to set the table with my dad's ancient Iraqi Kiddush cups all before he gets home. Oh, I'm doing this because it's sort of the job of the oldest daughter, and also because I'm terrified to spill the wine, which I do again as soon as I hear his voice. I'm trying to escape into my room when I hear, all right, Michele will sing for us now. Come on, Michele, that song from the school play with the line and the chorus and the kick. Yeah, a chorus line, thanks. I don't want to sing. I just want to dive into the challah and the Manischewitz, please. God, but his eyes give me no way out. And there's all that spilt wine to make up for, and I felt nothing. I'm feeling nothing. And he said nothing could get a girl transferred. They all felt something, but I felt nothing except the feeling that this bullshit was absurd. Very nice, Michelle. You see, you will get married. My oldest cousin, you know, the really handsome one, is visiting us from Israel for the past like 8 months. He's just cracking up. He's the one that our Safta, my dad's mom, wants to marry me off to.
No, really. I mean, she married her first cousin at the ripe old age of 13. So, what was taking me so long? Woo, I'm glad when my dad finally puts on the big kippah that says Master on it, and the Shabbat actually begins.
The Shabbat is beginning and I have to go in early from my jumping on the train track. Yitzhak is here tonight, all the way from Palestine. He's saying that the Haganah sent him. He is saying that now we have a new king here in Baghdad and it is not safe for us Jews anymore here. He is saying that this king is liking a group. They are calling them the Nazis, and we must to leave Iraq tonight. My Abba, he does not even look up from the Shabbat prayers. No, he say, we are Jews, and we Jews do not travel on the holy day of the Shabbat. Yitzchak take his arm. Yes, Abba, we Jew can travel. We must travel on the holy day Shabbat if it is to go to the holy land Eretz Israel. I run and I grab the coins I have been hiding under my pillow for the journey. What? I may be young, but I am already a businessman. I am 6 years old when we get to the promised land. Or maybe I am 14. No exactly when I am born. But they think it was around the time of the flood. I don't want to play anymore. I want to fight like my brothers. There will be a war for the independent, no? They bring me with them to meet the commander of the Irgun. Now the other boys are very big. Some even they have a gun. Oh, how do I know what to feel? I am hiding behind my brother Yitzchak. Back and forth and back and forth. The commander, he see this and he say, no, Itzik, this is your little brother. Kachoto, please, take him back to Tel Aviv with you. Shalom, shalom, Israel. I'm living in Tel Aviv this summer before my bar mitzvah. Oh, I love it. Here we go to Israeli dance camp. And yeah, my dad, he wants to take us to Jerusalem today. He wants to show us where his father is buried. No sooner that we get on the road, he pulls off. Michelle, you see this building? Yeah, Dad. You see the hole in this building? Yeah, Dad. I remember the day this hole came. From a bullet through the building and into my brother. I remember. I look at my dad and at the hole, back and forth and back and forth. Hours pass, or at least a few minutes, when I'm trying to decide what to feel. And then my dad pulls the white Subaru back on the highway. We drive in silence for a moment when I say, Dad, hey Dad, that bullet, it came from like a gun, right? Yes, Michelle, like a gun. Well, like a gun from a war? Yes, Michelle. It was a war. It was a big, big war. Well, Dad, did we win? It is still happening, Michelle.
Brooklyn, 1948. Dear diary, your angel is sitting on the bus again. It is a rainy day, and rainy too in my heart. I'm searching for a sign, a bissel chalom, anything to let me know that there is something more for me here in America than just back and forth between the work and the night school and home, with only my books to keep me company. A sign I keep passing for a theater group. My sister say I can go on. Oi! These are my people! They are speaking the parts in Yiddish and Hebrew. Oh, Tumalila, Tumalila, Tumalalaika, Tumalila, Tumalila, Tumalalaika, Oi, got the name. Who is that man? By the Rogelach table. He is a real beauty. Maybe I just go and see what is his name. Irving? Oh, what is this kind of name, Irving? Oh, he is smiling at me. It is a big, laughing, Yiddish kind of smile. He says, my name is Izzy Singer. And suddenly, I know what to feel. We walk and we talk. And 2 weeks later, we are married. And we have 2 children right away. A boy named for my papa and a beautiful girl, Marcy, named for my mama, Alava Shalom. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. You have given your Ada realness, a dream come true, a home, even here in America. Well, now we are home in Israel. I live very free like all the other Israeli children, but it is very important to keep our more formal Iraqi ways. So, those brothers of mine, they make our name new, Azariyahu, to show from where we come. And that Abba of mine, he speak no Hebrew. So they put him to work like as a shepherd. This way he can walk and he can pray while the brothers, they take over the new fur business. Yeah, but the first business is to get the oldest girls married. So they move us to Herzliya. Now this is a bigger city with more the Baghdadi Jew, like us. I am listening to this matchmaker making the terms. My sister Hannah will go back to Baghdad to live with her new family. What? Oh, I know how to feel. The woman goes to live with the man family. That is how it is. No, Dad, that's not how it is in America. I don't care what their names are. Your sisters, Dusha or Aziza, they can go stay at the Hilton. They do not need my room. Michelle, this is not right. They are your guests. They are your family. They will use your room, your pillow, everything must speak. Enough. Dad. You hate it when he looks at me like that. I call it the black stare. I picture it with a keffiyeh and a gun, running around the news just like all those other Middle Eastern folks I see. Ananas legerahdi, anarani sheet. How do I know what to feel? Of course I do what he says. I move into my sister's room. 2 weeks, 2 months, forever. That is it. In 2 weeks, I am done with the army. I am done with the schooling, and me, little Shaul Azariahu, will leave Israel forever. Well, maybe not forever, but at least until I make $1 million. You see, I hear now in the 60s in America, the easiest thing in the world is to make $1 million. Oh, to make one, this is very hard. I am like my brother Yitzchak, Zichrono Livracha. He knew when it was time to leave Iraq for a better life, and I know too. It is my turn now. Goodbye, Israel. Hello, New York City. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for coming. My name is Marcy Singer. Oh, hi. Michelle speaking. Now, quick sidebar. You see, this next part, you may not want to believe, but it happened just like this. My mom, Marcy, daughter of Bubby, did her own one-woman show right here in New York City. I know, shocker. And my dad, Shaul, fell in love with her on the spot. So thank you for coming to my one-woman version of A Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah, warned you. Tradition, tradition, tradition. Matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find. If I were a rich man, hey, I'm a wonder of wonders, miracles of miracles. God took a tailor by the hand. To life, l'chaim, to life. Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at? Do you love me? Do I want? Hold it. Do you love me? Do I love you? Well, intimate, obstinate, dear little village, little My God, give it up for Marcy Singer! Come on. Hey, you are a real big shot. I tell you what, making this fiddler so short like this is very nice. My name is Shaul Azariahu, and I will do you a favor. I will take you out tonight. Yes, thank you. But my dance card is full. Where did you say you're from? Israel. Well, Iraq, but Israel. Israel, well, shalom. Shalom. You like this Hebrew stuff, huh? All right, why don't you be breaking that dance card and you come dancing with me? All right, come on, no. We get married. Oh, I got in vain. No, married? This is just married. How do I know what to feel? My only daughter to marry an Arab? Yes, mankind, no. He is Jewish, but once an Arab, always so. If my busy your papa was still alive, he never would have let you. But that heart attack took him, you were so young. Oh, I lost my singing voice from the grief, but you, oh, like a bird, you still sing. I sing at our wedding, and everybody loves it. night it was. And right when I'm through singing, Shaul tells me that he's gotten a job. And it starts Monday. And so we have to pack up and leave. Tonight? Oh. All right. So I have my veil and wave a goodbye to my mom. Get in the back seat of Shaul's car. Oh, I know she is wondering what this Arab man is doing, taking her only daughter away from her on tonight of all nights. And I have to admit, I'm sort of wondering the same thing. This man. How do I know what to feel? He's already done so much, and has such a clear vision for our future. He talks about his family above all else. I mean, surely that's got to count for something. It's like I understand him even if I don't totally understand him. But what I really don't understand is what I am doing in the backseat of my new husband's car while he sits up front with his army pal. Honoring the guest? Welcoming the stranger? Well, these are important traditions in the Iraqi household. He told me so himself. Oh, he also told me that that the woman goes to live wherever the man's family is, and that the new bride is treated, well, poorly by the new mother-in-law, you know, so as to show her who's boss. Well, all right. Bubby decides that my father's last name is a sign. Azar, help, Yahoo, God. So, with the help of God, it should all be all right. She moves closer into one of my dad's buildings to be close to us. And our name changes yet again. Azar. You know, easier, just for the American businessman to digest. Over in Israel, the whole Azar-Yahoo clan lives together in here in Siligate. Even that aunt of mine, the sister, had to move back to Baghdad. She was let go or kicked out, or, well, it depends on whose story you're listening to. When I'm born, my Safta flies all the way over from Israel just to meet me. Well, my dad's less than enthusiastic to make the introduction. Ugh! What an ugly baby! Oh, why my mother had to come all the way for this ugly girl and not for that beautiful firstborn boy? I'm sitting in the kitchen with my bowl of Captain Crunch before school, and my dad shuffles in. Good morning, Michelle. Boker tov. Let me check the merchandise. Yes, you will get married. Don't! Dad! Sometimes I think his tickles are funny. Sometimes not so much. Depends how deeply his fingers or his words dig into my ribs. Michelle, why you have to learn to read? No, why you going to school in the first place? This is not important for the husband. Thank you. Michelle, are you Barbara Streisand yet? Okay, and with that, I grab my backpack, plus the $12 I snuck from his pants pocket. Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Oh my God, Shaul, what? This is not Baghdad. Shaul, this is not a fula. This is the big city, and you cannot let our daughter wander back and forth between your buildings. It's dangerous. I should know. I am from Brooklyn, you know. Every time my dad takes me to the airport during my years of college, we have to go through that same scene, you know, in Fiddler, between Tabia and Huddle at the train station when he usually starts it. How I can hope to make you understand why I do and what I do, why I must travel to a distant land far from the home I love. Yet
call me, I will call you. On the plane, I exhale. How do I know what to feel? Relieved. I mean, traveling with my dad was kind of scary. I mean, the border control would stop us, whether we were traveling inside the country or out. They would pull over that dilapidated little van of ours, shine the light in our eyes and say, "Hey, sweetie, what's your name?" "Oh, now how old are you?" "Ah, who's driving the van?" "Your dad." Looks kind of dark, don't you think? More like one of those Middle Eastern guys you might see on the news. You sure there's nothing you want to tell us, sweetie? Well, I guess we always answered right, because, they'd let us go. Oh, we never talked about these moments. Nope, not at once. Just drove off in search of the nearest Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, that was the beacon of American civilization, according to my dad. Oi! Oh my God. Oi! Dear diary, June 1987. Your Adele is getting married again. Oh! When my Izzy died, I was so alone, with no one to talk with, only Marcy. All the time, Marcy. But then I met a nice man at the workman's circle, and he was very lively. So we married. And he was very gay. So we broke. And then I married the Schmegegi from the Polish club, and he died. And now, how do I know what to feel? I am Cinderella. The great Dr. Cahan wants to marry me. That's what she always called him. Yep. Our family doctor, now turned Bubby's husband. The great Dr. Cahan. I'm not sure she ever knew his first name. Bubby, I want to give you just a little present. It's this song that my dad taught me on one of our road trips. Wait, Shirley. My nerves can't take another of your father's song today. Bubby, you love each other's songs now and you know it. No, this one's in Hebrew. Well, it's all about this Bubby, a Savta, who teaches her granddaughter all about love. And he, Savta, Yashavnu b'Savta, al yad medura b'chatzer. Ani mishtoket l'sipur miratek, v'Savta she's Michelle, was is this verb, this chesbet? This is not Hebrew, right? You're right. It's Arabic. Bobby, it's just a word. Shah. There is no such a thing. A word makes a feeling. Well, okay, if that's true, then I'm glad it's here because these words they feel good together, don't they? More like neighbors, like people just borrowing from each other, helping to explain each other, mingling. Just people living with each other's differences rather than only fearing them. Mamika, they have given us nothing to do but to fear. Well, suppose they feel the same way. I mean, Bubby, suppose there's a little girl in the back seat of her family's car on their family road trip through Israel, and border control, just doing their job, pulls them over because they don't do this or do that, and that little girl's terrified. Suppose it's the same story. I know it's just a song, and I know it's complicated, but maybe Baghdad and Brooklyn could feel closer. I mean, if not today, well, someday. Now? Wait, I have to go now? I get the call while I'm doing my master's thesis that Bubby is wandering through JFK
You see, my father has taken her to Israel finally, well, now that the great Dr. Khan has died. But he had to change his return flight for work, so he took and put my newly widowed again, early Alzheimer's Bubby on a plane to the States by herself. I am wandering around JFK in search for my Bubby's flaming red hair. And there, in the lost luggage section, sits my Bubby. Bubby, is this your scarf? Oh. It's Michelle. I hear you were just in Israel? No, I have never been there. Oh, it was a long journey from Poland. There was a mama, and the singing, and then there's no singing. Oi fem prepecho, prenta fire. You know this song? Yes. Yeah, Bobby, I know this song. I sing it to my Bubby over and over until it's time to say goodbye. Well, that was the last time I ever saw Bubby. Robinson! Robinson, it is your father. It is almost to Shabbat and I am calling you. Ever since I finished college and my master's school and moved to Los Angeles to marry a rabbi, my father will only ever call me Robinson. Yeah, completely lost my given name. Robinson, I am going to Croatia with my business partner. You know, that Iraqi guy. We are going to have opened that first synagogue in Zagreb since the Holocaust. They need a Torah. I told them you would get them one. All right, you come too. Sandra, we leave Wednesday. Wait, Dad, what? He hung up, kind of his thing. Well, who knew? But rabbis, they have their own kind of Craigslist. So I post my need for the Torah, and no sooner than I had this lovely rabbi from Downey, California, appeared at my door with a beautiful Torah to donate, all before Shabbat. I managed to have it cleaned and checked and arrive at the airport for my Wednesday flight. No! Wait! Oh God, I'm screaming at the luggage guys. Wait! Please, you can't just toss that. It's a book. It's a delicate, it's a religious book, please. Oh my God, how do I know what to feel? This must be like how my ancestors felt as they wandered back and forth with only their sacred belongings, the cherished links to their tradition on their backs. Clearly, something is only holy to the person who holds it close. The day of the ceremony arrives. I'm watching my father hold his little Torah close in front of his new congregation, looking like an awed bar mitzvah boy. I'm wondering if he knows what to feel. Was it a merging of his worlds, this prayer world of his father mixed in with the business world of his brothers? I'm wondering all this when I hear, Shema Yisrael Adonai, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Shtayim, Shalosh. And all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, I know exactly how to finish my math activity. I raise my hand to share. Well, sharing, a big deal here at Haboonim Camp. Okay, so here's what I did. The blue squares, you know, the Jews, I put us all over the map with the bulk of us in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. The Christians, the yellow squares, I put in Nazareth. The white squares, you know, the miscellaneous population, I put on the beaches in Eilat, you know, just to hang out and have fun. And then the green squares, the Arab squares, I just kept them right in the envelope. The kids are silent. And then all of a sudden, hey, Michelle, you suck. What? Yeah, Michelle, like, I didn't really understand this activity either, but you're like deliberately suffocating those green Arab squares. What? No, I'm silent. I mean, how do I know what to feel? Wait, I just thought that I'd always heard that the Arabs were the problem to peace in the Middle East, in Israel at least, so I figured if I just kept the problems in the envelope, then, you know, problem solved. Oh God, I think I got some of this wrong. Oh, I don't know what to feel, but ashamed. Wait a second. Why would they want to live in a Jewish state anyway? See, I am not trying to kill any Arabs. I mean, my dad is an Arab, or was, or something. No, the kids here, they can't understand. They're American. Well, I mean, some of them are Israeli, but they're not like me. They're not like from Iraq. But after camp, I go home and I tell my dad all about the map activity. Michelle, what's he talking about? You tell these kids that we escaped from Iraq on a camel? No. We flew to Israel on El Al. Well, okay, but only because they made it impossible for you to stay there. Dad, you're forgetting that little Arab boy at the train tracks who slapped your face and yelled Yahud at you. God saw the store being burned down in those pogroms. Abba, the Farhud. I mean, the massacres that swept through all the Jewish borders. Dad, that building in Tel Aviv with that bullet hole that came from an Arab gun through Jewish property and into your own brother, Michelle. I do not hate the Arab. I do not blame them. I am them, and so too you are. This is human nature, no? To want the same thing as your brother want. It is not an Arab God and a Jewish building, no, but it is the people. The one born accidentally on the one side who want the same thing as a person born also accidentally on the other side. Both can find their dream, no, Michelle. How you learn to feel this way, my daughter? I sing that little Arabic tune. I learned at camp from my dad, and he calls it gibberish. He says, that the words don't mean anything, and maybe they don't. He never taught me any different. But now I learned what the words mean. I know what each sound feels like. And it feels good. And it feels hard. Because hope is good. And hope is hard. I mean, hope takes work.